Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of my vlog, which today is about self-help books that I want to recommend to you. So without further ado, let's get started. My number one choice, my favorite self-help book of all time that I believe all of you should have on your shelves is You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. It's a life-changing book, totally inspirational, just so beautiful, all about the power of your thoughts and the power of your mind. Louise believes that your thoughts create your future, and I totally agree with her. I could not agree more. She has had an amazing life, the kind of life that's a testimony to what she teaches. She was abused by her stepfather. She was raped, I believe, by her stepfather when she was a young child. Self-esteem issues, verbal, physical abuse when she was growing up. Pretty horrific life up until I'd say in her, I think, 30s or 40s, when she totally changed her life around and began working for a church as a minister. I forget the name of the church, but it taught positive thinking, and that's where she learned about the power of positive thinking, and she began to teach it and counsel people herself, and she did this for many years. And after, I think when she was about 40, she was diagnosed with uterine cancer, which she attributed to the abuse in her childhood. And she decided right then and there that she was going to heal herself from this cancer. She was not going to let it kill her. She sought out alternative therapies. She immersed herself even more in positive thinking. And sure enough, she was supposed to have the surgery, and when she went in to have the surgery, the doctors could not find any trace of a tumor left. She had cured herself of this cancer. Now, I know that's very miraculous. It's not going to happen for everyone, but it did happen for Louise. And Louise talks very often about how when she was counseling people, how she noticed that certain illnesses do correspond to thought patterns and habitual thinking. And there's even a list in You Can Heal Your Life about a lot of conditions that are related to thinking. For example, let me see if I can find a couple for you as an example, just to let you know here. Okay, let's see. Spinal curvature, the inability to flow with the support of life, fear in trying to hold on to old ideas, not trusting life, lack of integrity, no courage of conviction. Sprains, anger and resistance, not wanting to move in a certain direction in life. Now, I know a lot of skeptics will look at that and say, oh, please, give me a break. But she swears up and down that she has worked with hundreds and thousands of people and was able to, develop this list that negative thinking causes not only negative effects in your life, but it can also create physical problems in your body as well. So anyways, this is a must for all of you. You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. You have to have this book. It is just a gem. It is beautiful. It will uplift you. It will inspire you, and it may change your life. So I highly recommend that you read it. And to go along with that is this cute little kind of pocketbook of Louise-isms called Inner Wisdom. And, it's just like short little paragraphs on various thoughts. Like, for example, my income is constantly increasing. I am always perfectly protected. I'm connected to all of life. I listen to my body's messages. I release all feelings of guilt. All like just little bits of inspiration, little bits of wisdom that if you're having a really bad day, this is the kind of small little book you can just chuck in your purse or whatever, bring with you, and it will instantly uplift you and make you feel so much better. So anything by Louise. She's got a whole bunch of little books on the market that can fit in your purse and are perfect to carry along with you. I highly recommend all of them. Okay, next, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This is a very, very profound, wise, deep book. Eckhart Tolle, this was his first book, I believe, and it was all about the power of the present moment, and the importance of the present moment. So many of us live mired in the past or thinking about the future, and neither of them are real. I mean, the past is something that occurred, in the past. It's no longer real, no longer a reality, and the future hasn't arrived yet. So the only reality that we do have is our present moment. But how many of us can say that we actually really do live in the present moment? And we're really missing out on life if we spend too much time, immersed in the past or the future. So this book really opened my eyes to that reality, and I remember after reading it thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to try really hard to do this. I'm going to live every second I can in the present moment. And it is so difficult. It really is a challenge. It's amazing how our minds are wired to just go off on tangents and get diverted. But this book will really bring home to you the importance of the present moment. And it really, when you focus on it, it's amazing how your worries just kind of dissolve when you break things down to something as simple as focusing on the present moment. So I highly recommend The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Okay, another one of my self-help favorite authors is Dr. Deepak Chopra. This book is the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, but I highly recommend anything by him. He is a rock star. He has been around forever. I'm sure you've heard of him. He's one of those guys, along with Dr. Wayne Dyer, who I'll be mentioning later. Often has those specials on PBS that are such treats. I never miss them every time they're on. Deepak hasn't had one for a while, but Dr. Dyer just had one last week or the week before that I was watching. And it's such a treat to listen to these guys. They are such amazing speakers. They take these complex concepts and make them sound so simple and really know how to break them down. I mean, who else can describe quantum physics and make it sound simple other than Dr. Deepak Chopra? I mean, math was never one of my strong suits, believe me. Never even mentioned quantum physics. But I mean, he makes it sound believable, understandable, fascinating, enriching, and plus he always intersperses all these ancient Indian texts and Buddhist concepts and everything. And again, he's very much about the power of the mind, positive thinking, positivity. So I recommend anything by Dr. Deepak Chopra. He's a delight. He is wonderful. He is a pioneer. Anything by him. Okay, another book I need to recommend is called The Law of Attraction by Esther and Jerry Hicks. This is a husband and wife team, and the husband died, I believe, a couple of years ago. But the wife began channeling an entity named Abraham many years ago, and they went around the U.S. doing all kinds of workshops and teaching people about the law of attraction. And I know it might sound kind of wacko, weirdo, and you don't necessarily have to believe in channeling to get the most out of this book, because there's so much great advice and great insight in here about the law of attraction, how to attract what you want to you, how to live positively, how to deal with negative thinking, how to get the most out of life. It's all in here. It's laid out for you like a map, like a road map, really. It's a brilliant book, and I highly recommend it. The Law of Attraction by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Okay, next. This is an absolute gem as well. It's called The Only Diet There Is. I realize this book is going to be a little bit hard to find because it's old. And I recommend going on eBay or Amazon or A-Books to look for it, because you have to have it. It really is great. Don't let the title put you off. The Only Diet There Is not a food diet. It's a diet from negative thinking. This book is all, again, about positive thinking and training your mind to think in the most positive way possible and the most loving way possible towards yourself. And another thing I really love about it is it's got extensive questionnaires and quizzes in here. Any issue you can imagine is pretty much covered in here, as far as eating disorders or just anything in general is concerned. It's all covered in here. It's all asked. You have to go through these quizzes, be honest with yourself, do them, and you'll get so much out of it. It's really just was such a help to me, and it's really, I'm so grateful that I found this book, and I highly recommend it to anybody else out there who has food issues or anything, weight issues. The Only Diet There Is by Sandra Ray. Beautiful book. Okay, and speaking of our other rock star, Dr. Wayne Dyer, I've got his book, Your Sacred Self, here, but I mean, this guy has written dozens and dozens of books. He's done workshops. He's been on TV. He's got audiobooks. I mean, he's a corporation in himself. He's a brilliant man, and he has had quite an amazing life himself. He's often told a story about how he was born in Detroit, Michigan, into a very large family. I believe there were about 8 or 9 kids, you know, a lot of kids anyway. And his father was an alcoholic who abandoned the family. The mother could not cope with supporting all the kids on her own, so she had to put them in foster care. And so that's how Wayne ended up in an orphanage at a very young age. But true to form, did not let it get him down. As a matter of fact, I guess it was really the pivotal moment in his life for deciding what his career was going to be, because he was encouraging people, you know, telling other kids there not to cry, don't be upset, you know, everything's great, we're taken care of, there's no parents here to bother us, you know, always looking on the bright side of things, always trying to uplift people, make them achieve their utmost in life. He really is an amazing man. He really is quite the guru. He has helped so many people. He's so wise, and he incorporates a lot of Buddhism and everything into his books as well. Taoism, the Tao. He's wrote a book about the Tao. I mean, he's what can I say about Wayne Dyer? I urge you to read anything by him. He's a brilliant man, a compassionate man, very wise, very smart. You will get a lot from reading him. And let me see, have I got time here? Okay, I got about another minute. I'm going to, last but not least, I'll recommend this book, The 5 Rules of Thought by Mary T. Brown. Mary is a psychic, and again, the theme of this book is a lot like Louise Hay's You Can Heal Your Life, where it's all about the power of your mind and how you can direct your mind and really achieve whatever you want, as long as you just stay focused and concentrate on your goal. And she talks about case studies in here of her clients. There's lots of meditations and exercises in here as well that are really, really great. This is very easy to read, entertaining, great book. So I highly recommend The 5 Rules of Thought by Mary T. Brown. So anyway, that's it for today. I hope you guys like my suggestions and that you read them and that you get the most out of them. They're really, really treasures. I mean, I've always been really into psychology and New Age thinking and self-help, and I've been collecting these books for years, and it's just one of my passions, and I would like to share it with you because I think it's a really valuable resource. So anyway, everybody have a fabulous week, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.